I'd change it to George, but let me tell you a little bit about prison ministry. We were invited this year for the first time. Kevin and I have actually been to the prison there, but we were invited to minister there. They have a program there. Now, believe it or not, there's one big prison in Belize, and it got so bad that they couldn't do anything with it. We're talking about a drug culture. We're talking about smuggling. We're talking about some bad characters. They also have women and boys at this prison. Okay? About 6 years ago, a gentleman who was a charismatic Catholic and had a lot of money went to the government and said, if you give me this prison, I'll run it my way. And so they did. So it is the only Christian prison on the planet, faith-based. And right in the center of this big place, and it's a bad place, and there's some bad people, but one building right in the middle is called Tango 1. And those guys in there, in Tango 1, go through an 18-month intensive spiritual journey. They have to qualify and apply to get into this program. At the end of 18 months, if they are approved by all of their counselors and their wardens, they can go home early on a parole. The great story about this is the guy who's the chaplain there, his name is Robbie. Robbie was in this prison as a prisoner, and in Belize they have an automatic appeal after you go through half of your sentence, and he went before the Supreme Court in Belize and begged the judge, send me back to jail. And the judge kind of said, excuse me, why would you want to do that? And he says, I've never finished anything in my life. If you let me out now, I'll be back on the street in a month. He said, I want to go back because God has touched my life in this program. And he is now the head counselor of this unit, Tango 1. Now, trust me, we're in here. These guys are worshipers. I mean, they are worshiping in there. And there's rats running around our feet, big as chihuahuas. It's not a pretty place. Kevin and I ministered to 300 youths between the ages of 12 and 18. 94% of those boys were in there for first-degree murder. Wow. Drug culture. We also, of course, again had an evangelistic crusade there at the high school in San Pedro. That's me and my interpreter, whose name escapes me at the moment. We are accepting donations, of course, for the Southern Center. And just to show you a little bit of why we suffer for Jesus while we're in Belize, Brother Hope told me when he went through Bible school that none of this was mentioned about palm trees and sand. It's a new day, brother. It's a new day. People need Jesus too. Somebody has to talk to the Eskimos. Thank God it's not my job. You know. So this was taken in February. It was a balmy 84 degrees. We always spend our last 2 days on the island. Now the rest of Belize is a big jumbo. But if you got to the barrier islands, we spend the last couple of days out there. And we have 1 day of R&R when I'm not chasing them out of bed at 6 in the morning to go here or there. And we always look forward to that. And we were hosted by the Assembly of God Church there, who put on a huge lobster banquet for us this year in our honor. They love us very much. Brother Jim, they call him Apostle. Kevin, they call Pastor. I'm just Sir Rodney. Thank you.